I began to channel Kuthumi in 1985 and have done it as a full-time job ever since. It was unexpected and not at the point it all began. I was working at the court system and was very happy to be doing that. And I have ridden horses. I rode horses all my life for 50 years. I'm now 67, and my riding career basically ended in 2000. I was a student of metaphysics. I was a standard textbook ACOA, Adult Children of Alcoholics, and I have done a lot of personal work on myself so that I don't react to everything that happens. I still react to some things, but not everything. I grow plants. Or plants grow for me, however that works. I do artwork and work as a prayer warrior, as is often happens with women my age. There aren't as many people in monasteries and places like that doing that kind of prayer work to sustain the continuum of which we're on. And so that is part of my work now on a daily basis. It takes up time and energy, but it's satisfying, it's fulfilling, it gives me peace. I don't know what the effects are and probably never will, and that's okay. I was born 9/9/1944, so I'm a 9, and I've had 3 different names, and they all, when you did the numerology with the letters, came to 9s. So I'm a 9, and it's a completion number. And I had studied metaphysics, and my teachings came to my front door. I was provided with incredible teachers along the way, and then suddenly I was asked to work with this ascended master, and I didn't even know who he was, and I wasn't sure what it was all about. And it took over my life at that point. Everything changed. Within a 6-month period of time, or within a year period of time, I was divorced from a man that I had been married to for 18 years, who he just could not accommodate that energy. And shortly thereafter, I began the channeling, and it was odd because I'm very I'm very invested in being able to do whatever I do well, and the channeling process for me just happened, and here I was, a disinterested third party, while all this stuff was going on, and that was disconcerting, and it had an impact on how I came to my life, because I had always been able to be very much in control, or at least thought I was, and was capable and that kind of thing. And so this was a bit humbling for this to occur, and it really didn't have a lot to do with me, except that it is necessary for me to stay very grounded. And I am a very grounded person. I'm a very practical person. Routine is okay for me. It works for me. I do a lot of clearing all the time because we're running 220 volts through something that's wired for 110. So it requires a lot of work on my part in order to stay centered and balanced and grounded. I don't know what else to say about it. I believe in the work because I have seen it work. I know that if we do the work as Kuthumi presents it to us, that we bring change in our lives. That if we do the clearing, we do the consciousness work, it's not going to come on our time frame. It's going to come on a time frame which is dictated by our consciousness and how much that needs to happen, and by what some might call God's timing or the timing of the universe. So you just do what, or I just do what I know to do every day, and then I wait to see what the results are. For example, a week ago, I was home alone, which rarely happens to me. Jim and my grandson were on a trip together, and so I did a great deal of clearing and meditating and all that kind of stuff because I was by myself. I had my work, but I didn't have to do so much of the life maintenance stuff. And the result of that was my refrigerator blew up this week and had to be replaced. So the energy goes where it goes because it's indiscriminate, and the refrigerator actually had a problem for a while, and I knew that, but all of that energy running around the house pushed it to its edge, and energy is indiscriminate. It energizes whatever is available, and if there's a problem with something, then it will magnify or accelerate that problem so that it comes to conclusion. And I could get very upset and frustrated about that, or I could say, better the refrigerator than my body. Better the refrigerator than have high emotional drama or something like that. So it was a good discharge. We replaced the refrigerator at a very good price, so we're happy with that. I used to always be waiting for the channeling process to be over. And here we are, how many years later, and it's still going on. It's still marching down the road. Has its own energy. And previously, I would fight with it, and I would wait for it to be over so I could get back to my normal life. But this is my normal life, and I have pretty much surrendered to that. I have, I simply walk with it. I'm at an age where I don't have a lot of ambitions or expectations that make me want to manipulate my life like I did in the past. So now it's more of, this is what I do, and this is how I do it, and I do it one day at a time. Because I don't know any other way to do it. I go into an altered state of consciousness, which once I do that in a day, then my ability to do more mental things is impaired or limited. Once I sleep and start the next day, I can get done what I need to do, mentally and even physically, yeah. But there's a period of time while the transition takes place, and for me, it's a great deal like going to sleep. I won't remember what happens. If you talk it back to me, I will remember it short term, but it won't stay with me. The people I work for them, I know what they tell me about them, but I really don't know about their deeper issues that they address with Kuthumi, there isn't any reason for me to know all that stuff. And it gives them a certain shield or a bit of privacy about their personal issues and belief systems and that kind of thing.